Welcome back to Suspended Fanimation. And tonight I'm going to be reviewing the Orville Season 2, Episode 1, Jalosia, which seems to be one long piss joke. It honestly should have been one long piss joke. Quite honestly, that would have been a lot better than what we saw. Oh man. Considering how good the first season was, the second season is not living up. Now, granted, before we start this first episode was supposed to be the last episode of season 1. So maybe that's the reason why it wasn't feeling right in tone. I don't know. It just, good God, it was, yeah. Well, let's just get into it. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the episode, good for you. Don't bother. I'm going to spoil the shit out of it. And yeah, here we go. Because good God. I'm going to be short and sweet on this one, I think, for the most part. So essentially, everyone's having relationship problems on board the ship, except for Kelly. Kelly has been dating some teacher, Cassius or Cassius, or no, they can never pronounce his name correctly. So it's not really that important. He's probably not going to make it past, episode 3 or something like that. The captain is telling Kelly that he still loves her, and she's telling him, of course, that she's, moved on and has dating somebody else. And then we get Malloy, who is pining over a new lieutenant who comes aboard. The moral of the story is never tell a woman to calm down when she's angry. Exactly, Viking bitch. That was a stupid thing to do. You never tell a woman to calm down. That, and unless you want to throw more, gasoline on the fire, that's the first thing you do is you go, yeah, calm down. And you add a bitch into that one too as well if you really want to blow the thing up completely, because yeah, that always works really well when you say that. Oh man, I hate to say it, but the B story about Dr. Finn's kid Marcus and him acting out and getting going with that kid Billy or James is his name, and having them hack the food processor so they got a bottle of vodka. That was much more interesting than the main story about the relationship issues. Yeah, it was a weird thing to start off season 2 with. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. It was there's a movie for nobody. They used a lot of people from TNG. Actually, the doctor, Dr. Finn, she was on Star Trek Next Generation, and then she was also a major player on DS9 for a while there too. So yeah, it's man. That whole thing with Malloy. I mean, the only thing that was actually funny in this. Okay, there's too many thoughts right now that are going through my head that are trying to vie for a position here. So I'm just going to say this. When Seth MacFarlane does something good, he does it really good. When he does it bad, he does it really bad. A Million Ways to Die in the West is a perfect example of him doing something very, very bad and just keep running with it. It's a horrible, horrible movie. And that's what this episode is. It's one long A Million Ways to Die in the West. It's just keeps going and going and going. The piss joke should have been, something that was an aside at the opening, the opening bit, and then they should have gone to a real story and did something else, because honestly, this was a horrible fucking episode. Yeah, I just can't sugarcoat it, honestly. Long story short, Kelly stays with the teacher. Alana doesn't go out on a date with Dan because Dan writes really bad poetry. Malloy doesn't ask out the lieutenant because he's scared. And Dr. Finn has the hots for Isaac, even though Isaac has no feelings. So there you go. And we find out also that Captain Mercer is a creeper and is floating by his first officer's bedroom window in a shuttlecraft that can cloak. There you go, right there. That's yeah. And Bortus pees once a year. That's pretty much all I got out of this whole thing. So where do I want to go with this? No place good, honestly. What did you guys think about this? Yeah, sculpted leather art by Viking Bitch says I was tuning out halfway through. Yeah, I was tuning out earlier on to that too. I was just like, where is he going? Is this going to be just like an opening act? Or are they going to stick with this? No, they're sticking with this. Yeah. Yeah, that whole creeper thing was just really, really bad and really bad taste, especially in this climate that we have going on right now in Hollywood. And to put that on TV, what the fuck was Fox thinking at that point? I mean, you know, granted, I know the episode was made over a year ago, but still, man, go back, take a look at it and go, yeah, you know what? We're going to redo another episode. Yeah, it was very well. The only thing that wasn't predictable was that no one ended up with anybody else except for Kelly. She's left with Cassius, whatever his name is, soon to be gone anyway, the teacher. Yeah. And I agree with you, Mufinobi. He should have gone down the shuttle. Gone past the her quarters. Not. It was just a really bad thing to do. The only thing that was funny actually was when Lamar takes Marcus into the simulator, or Malloy into the simulator, to get him to ask women out, and he puts it up to level 8, and he goes, well, what the hell is level 9? He goes, well, level 9 she's still with a boyfriend, and level 10 she's married and has a gun. That was the only thing that was funny. Seriously, out of a 60-minute thing. I just threw my notes down, by the way, because I don't need them anymore. I wrote a fucking page of notes on nothing. It was really what I wrote it. Yeah, I'm hopeful for the rest of the season too. I'm really hoping it's a lot better than what we just got tonight, because honestly, if we're getting more of this shit, wow, that's all I can say. Yeah, I was very disappointed that I wasted that much time on that episode. I would have been better. I actually would have preferred if they had gone back and really done a. Should I go back and watch season 1? Yeah, Joe Greer, go back and watch season 1. The first 2 episodes are kind of rough. I'm going to tell you that right now, just because they don't know if they want to be a comedy or a drama or what's going on. But then it finds a groove and actually gets into it, and it's really good. Excuse me. It actually becomes a really good Star Trek Next Generation. If you like Star Trek Next Generation, that's what this is. He really copied Star Trek. I mean, it feels like it's from the 90s. It really does. It's a throwback. It's a throwback show is really what it is. Slurmy Scott says, can we see that dramatic note throw again in slow motion? No, I don't have instant replay, unfortunately. So... But yeah, it was, god damn, that was just bad. I'm so glad that I'm actually doing Future Man after this, because I really need something to wash the taste out of my mouth. It was really, really bad. Mufinobi says Viking Bitch was level 11 cold dead heart. Joking, don't kill me. Yeah, Mufinobi, you're gonna be sleeping not in the couch but someplace outside. That's all I'm going to say. But wow. Yeah, not really much to say about this episode other than skip it if you haven't seen it. Don't bother with it. It's not necessary. It really adds nothing to the series at all, other than you get to realize that Bortus holds his pee for a year and then has to go home to go and pee. That's the joke right there, folks, is that he literally holds his pee for a year and has to go home to use the bathroom. And there's a ceremony about it. That's the joke. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Skip it and go watch Future Man. Future Man, you can sign up on Hulu for a 30-day free trial. Season 1 is up. I'm going to be doing episode 7 here at 7:00 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And that is, I think, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for those of you. Yeah, it is a birthday piss movie for Nobi. That's what it was. It was, that's where the joke should have ended, really, is it should have just been, they had that opening kind of jokes where they're sitting at the table and everyone's, they do a couple of piss jokes and that's it and they're done. And that's where it should have ended. And then when they come back, they're like, hey, that was a great ceremony, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, then get on with the real story. Because like Ed Mercer was saying in the very beginning, what I wouldn't give for a Krill invasion at this point, because everything else is really fucking boring. Joe, no, I'm not covering the Magicians. I can't stand that show. I'm sorry. I tried. I don't find anything redeeming about any of the characters. And it just irks me to no end. I have no idea what it is. I tried. I literally tried for a season. John tried getting us into that series, and it really rubbed me the wrong way. I don't know what it is about it. I just don't like the characters at all. And I don't like the actors either, which was kind of a weird thing. So, yeah, sorry, Joe. No, I'm not going to be covering them. There's enough hate watch, stuff that's out there on YouTube to begin with without me having to cover the Magicians. I mean, look at this episode of, yeah. I mean, there's going to be other stuff that's coming out this month or this year right now. Upcoming year, I should say. So I'm going to be doing Project Blue Book. I'm thinking about covering Gotham. I don't know. Right now, Gotham is on Thursday nights again, which is right before or right after the Orville. I don't know which one it is. So now that I know that Orville is actually on Thursday nights as well, so it's going to be a back-to-back. I haven't watched the Sabrina Holiday special yet, as of yet, Penn Farm Girl. I've been busy catching up on all this stuff and doing podcasts, but no problem in asking, Joe Greer. It's just, yeah, I really tried getting into that show and I just couldn't do it. Yeah, that was, I agree, Viking Bitch. That was such a disappointment after waiting this long for the Orville to come back and then having them do, and I guess that's the reason why they're doing another episode on Thursday, is because they knew this episode was going to be really shitty, that they're going to have to come back with something good to bring people back, because good God, that sucked. Yeah, I really don't know what else to say about it other than go watch Future Man to go and rinse that taste out of your mouth. I almost retitled this Golden Shower, is what I almost retitled this episode. Just because that's what I felt like happened to me while I was watching this thing. It was like, I ended up taking a golden shower because of it. And yeah, well, again, Movie Fanobi, this episode was not from season 2. It was actually the very last episode of season 1. And now we know why they left it off of it, because if you had left off season 1 with this downer of an episode, I don't think season 2 people would have been looking forward to it at all. Now I know why they took it off. Okay, that makes a lot more sense now. Yeah. Yeah, Thursday, Movie Fanobi, Thursday is when the new episode of the Orville comes out. Yeah. Really, the holiday special was your first Sabrina, huh, Joe Greer? The series is actually pretty good. It's not great, but it's good. It's a lot of fun. I'm probably going to add Slurmy Scott. I'm probably going to add Golden Showers into the meta tag on this one. Along with porn, blowjob, and sex, because that seems to be working fairly well for one of the other episodes. Yeah, no, I'm not going to retitle it. I'm just going to add it into the meta tags, because when people search for it, it searches for your meta tag anyway, and that's what it's going to go for. Yeah, there are a lot of familiar faces in Sabrina. And it's fun. I mean, it's a different Sabrina. I know people were looking for the 90s Sabrina and all that stuff, but no, it's a little bit of a different show. So this is going to be a short one, like I said. No, Viking Bitch, I'm not going to rename every show A Blowjob Before Dying. So it's just not going to happen. I'll put it in the meta tags, though. The meta tags are what drive people to watch your stuff. So, yeah, Joe Greer, finish the series. The series is actually pretty good. I've still got Travelers I got to finish off as well, because I've been in the middle of season 3 now for a little while. And I don't know how I feel about that one right now. I liked it going out of season 2 and into season 3. It's been bothering me a little bit. Seeing, so one of the things that's been bothering me is if the director can overwrite people to give them information, or I should say, like, update the historians to give them more information, essentially overwriting what they knew beforehand in order to update them about a changing future. Why can't you do that for the people that you've sent into the past by uploading their new consciousness or their now future consciousness, if you will, with all the updated information? Huh? So, yeah, that's one of the things that was bothering me right now about that. But that's the kind of stuff I think about when I'm watching sci-fi. It kind of pisses me off sometimes when I'm sitting there going, why? You could have thought about that when you were writing it, but no, you didn't. So anyway, I digress. Skip over this episode. Don't watch it. It's bad. And hopefully Thursday's better. I mean, yeah, I hope it's better on Thursday. Yeah, just write it better. Exactly. When you go through and write things, you bounce stuff off of people and you bring it to other people to read, and don't bring it to just the same people all the time. Give it out to different people and see what they think, and people that are familiar with the genre that you're writing for. Because if people are familiar with the genre you're writing for, if you give your sci-fi story to someone who only reads romance novels, yeah, they're going to be able to take a look at the grammatical stuff and whatnot, but they're not going to be able to, give you a good feedback on the story itself, and vice versa. I don't read romance novels. I don't know what the hell anything about those are supposed to be like, other than, long expositions about what's happening in Joan's pants when she sees Victor's whatever. So there we go. With that said, I'm going to let you guys get back to what you were doing, and join me tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for episode 7 of Future Man. That is going to, yeah, the quivering member. That episode is Pandora's Mailbox. And I'll let you go from there. Don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you'll be stuck in an endless loop of bad relationship stories. Good night, everybody.